So back in the 70s, there was this guy here in Sweden that released bootleg records under the name Stoned Records. And he was actually sentenced to jail and got a hefty sum to pay to the artists because of that. So this is actually the story of him and the record label. So yeah, stay tuned. Hi, today I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about a guy and his record label called Stoned Records. The little that I know anyway. So this guy, he was actually sentenced to 4 months in jail in the 70s for putting out 6 records, bootleg records. Now, before we continue, please subscribe, hit that, that thumbs up, and also, and this is important, comment if you know anything about these releases or the label or that guy. Please give me more information down in the comments. Share with the the community, because there's very little written about this, and I can only shine the little light I have on these releases and the label's history. So please fill in if you can. So going back a little bit, I buy collections all the time, and I went to this guy's place. I ended up buying the entire collection, but I'm flipping through the records and I see Jimi Hendrix records all the time. But I mean, this caught my eye a little bit. Like I in the 70s, they put out a bunch of these like pretty dull looking bootlegs and unofficial releases and also official releases. I mean, Hendrix has to be one of the most released artists of all time. So I didn't pay much more attention of it. I bought the entire thing and went home. I knew there were a Lou Reed record also that had the same sort of aesthetic that I didn't know much about, because I'm not a collector of bootlegs, so I have very little knowledge of them. A week or two passed, I'm sitting there with the entire lot and I'm going through them, and this hits me again. And I started to look at the backside, and down here you have a bunch of Swedish names. So I'm going to my computer and I'm starting to put in like Stoned Records. Now, if you put in Stoned Records, you will probably hit a site called stonerecords.net. This is the site of these records. That's where I found the information for this video. And what you will learn is that this guy in the 70s decided to take broadcast recordings of radio, TV, and also recordings that he had done himself from the audience, pressed that on vinyl and started to sell them. And he started off with Roxy Music. I think Stone Records number 2 is Patti Smith. Number 3 is the Hendrix record. Then we have Black Sabbath at number 4, Queen at number 5, and the Lou Reed at number 6. That's the last release. And when he released that, the police just, kicked in the door, sentenced him to 4 months in jail, and he got a hefty sum to pay to the artists in legal fees and stuff like that. So this is the real deal, Only like 6 releases. It's insane. So I'm starting to read about this. Also, I'm starting to listen to the record. What is this that I'm holding in my hand? Now, this is a broadcast recording from the UK. It's called Recorded from the Top Gear 1967. And I don't know if this has been legit, released in any of the Jimi Hendrix archive series on vinyl. But anyway, this is the trio, Jimi Hendrix, Noel Redding, and Mitch Mitchell. Mitch Mitchell recorded the broadcast is from 1967. Now, this was printed and put out in 1977 by Stoned Records, and this guy, maybe it's Lennart Olsson, because he is written as a producer on this particular release. The quality of the music is fantastic. The quality of the audio is really, really good. And I mean, the tracks is not your ordinary run-of-the-mill tracks here. You have Radio 1 theme, Experience the Blues, You Can't Please Crawl Out Your Window, Can You Please Crawl Out Your Window by Dylan, and Hoochie Coochie Man, Day Tripper by Lennon McCartney. Then you have Stone Free, Foxy Lady, Little Miss Lover, Hound Dog, Hey Joe, and Getting My Heart Back Together Again. And there's the label there. So Stone Records number 3. Now, this guy, he decided to print everything in 500 copies. And when the demand, I think, when there were a demand on it, when he actually began to sell them, he decided to do a rerun. So the Hendrix record actually was printed and pressed in 500 copies more. This is definitely the second run, because on the first one he spelled guitar on Guitar Hero wrong, if I read it correctly. Also, I don't think that he would have printed all the 6 releases on the backside of the third one if this wasn't the second run. But I might be mistaken. The label, the little research that I could and compare with the ones, the few copies that has actually been sold, I didn't see any difference. So I think it's the same labels on all of them. So that's the Hendrix record, 1967, great performance. Now, the Lou Reed record is definitely not anything worse. This is a TV broadcast rip of sorts with Lou Reed, Whatever Happened to Dick and Stevie. So Stone Records number 6, before they actually busted the door and put him to jail. Recorded in May 1974. This is Lou Reed at his best, in my opinion. 1974, he's really on his toes here. Walk on the Wild Side, but I'm Waiting for My Man, an 8-minute 22-second version of that. You also have almost 8-minute version of Sister Ray on the B-side. Really, really good. High quality performance, really good sound quality, and the same thing goes with the label as the other one. Now, a side note, because yeah, I think that the Black Sabbath one, both of these are sought after. I think that this more than the Lou Reed, and has been sold on eBay internationally for a good amount of money. But the one that is most sought after is the Black Sabbath version. It's a 2 LP set. It's a recording from Sweden in 1977, if I understood it correctly. There's actually one copy in circulation that has all the 4 members signed. And Geezer Butler has actually written on the backside, "Where is our royalties?" on it, which is kind of cool. Like, having a band signing a bootleg is pretty neat. So I'm obviously looking for that, not the signed one, but that release. So I mean, that's the little information I have. I hope that there is more out there. If anyone knows this guy or knows someone that knows this guy, please get in contact with me, because on the site he says that one day he's going to give us the entire story of the record label. But it hasn't been updated for years and years and years. I don't know if he's even alive today. But if I could interview, a Zoom interview or something like that would be awesome, to really have the entire story of this record label and the releases. And yeah, for me personally, I have these 2 now. I don't think I'm going to sell them. On the other, on the contrary, I think it's only 6 releases, and I think that I'm going to do my best to actually collect them all. So it's just like 4 more, and I have a complete Stone Records collection. I think it's gonna be neat over the years to come to actually see if I can find them on different record fairs and stuff like that, because I don't collect bootlegs. I know very little about them, but I know that there are in circulation out there on different record fairs and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to look for Stone Records. He actually recorded was going to, he printed the covers, if I understood correctly, 4 more releases. So there was going to be 10 at least, but he only managed to release 6 before the cops put him in jail. So there were Bowie, Dylan, Genesis and ELO that was going to get released but never was. So who knows what they would have sound. I think that all of the 4 releases was audience recordings by him in Sweden. And the other ones that we have, because I think 3 of the 6 releases are recorded with that equipment by him from the audience. And what I have read, everyone is super positive of the sound quality, and they are like this. Black Sabbath is one of those, and they are really positive of it. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome to hear it one day. So yeah, a little bit of a story. I thought that this was so cool to just stumble upon this in a collection, getting it home, listening to it. I get goosebumps just talking about it, and then the drama about being actually sentenced to jail, because this is back in 1977-78. I mean, going forward, 80s, 90s, you have in maybe the noughties, like 2000s, you have people ripping CDs. You get Napster, you get Pirate Bay, and nowadays everything is available anytime, anywhere, for next to nothing. So this was like early day bootlegging, making the art, making the music available to the fans. So a little bit of a story, and I mean, some might consider this guy the villain of the story, but I definitely think that he is the hero of the story. Recording this, all the passion, putting down the money to actually put out this music for the fans to enjoy that couldn't be there on the concerts. I mean, yeah, this is also a topic down below in the comments. What do you think of bootlegs, and what do you think of bootlegging today? Where are we, and what is your opinion on it? So yeah, that's it. Write comments, let it rip, and I'll talk to you in my next video.